Well, here we are, 6th of March, 2026, and it's about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. We've had a little bit of snow every day. And winter seems to want to stay with us, and and I keep hearing this climate change and global warming. I don't know if you can hear that. Let me just take a look. Well, it must be up there about 50,000 feet. You can hear it, but you can't see it. It flies over here. Now, it'll fly over here maybe 2 or 3 times today. And I can guarantee you that tomorrow, on the 7th, there'll be a change in the weather. Whether it be rain or whether it be snow, but there will be a change in the weather. This has been going on for the last maybe 3 or 4 years. I called NAV Canada up. I asked them, I said, could you identify the plane that's flying over here? And they said, no, sir, there ain't no airspace over there where we're at here at the Oasis. No, that's not commercial airspace. So I had a fellow over, and he had a special computer, and when a plane would fly over here, he could identify with the call number. And on several occasions when he was over here, he would identify the plane. The plane had left St. Hubert, flown over here, flown up in the Northern Laurentians, turned around and landed in Mirabel Airport or at the International Airport. The plane wasn't identified as a commercial aircraft. It was just an unknown. It had a call number, but it was unknown. So, I don't take lightly to conspiracies and theories, and I'm the type of person who likes to know the facts before talking about anything. But like I said, this thing about climate change and global warming, I'm beginning to think it's not a hoax, but it's the climate being controlled by somebody. Because like I said, if you don't have any planes flying over here, the weather stays the same. But as soon as you get these flyovers, you get a drastic change in the weather. And like I say, this global warming thing, well, that's complete hogwash. I'm 70 years old, and I remember back to when I was a kid, the weather was the same. It hasn't gotten any colder, hasn't gotten any warmer. We still have snow after Easter, and it still can be cold after Easter. But it's just the way the weather has been acting after these flyovers. We'll get a mini tornado here day after one of these planes flies over here. And I always recognize the plane by the sound of the engines. I don't know too much about planes, but I do know that the engines that they're running are Rolls-Royce engines. They've got this very particular and unique sound, Rolls-Royce. They have this thunderous sound to them. And so I always know when they fly over, it's one of those planes. And I'll say to the wife, I say, well, I guess tomorrow, it's a bright sunny day today, but I guess tomorrow is going to be it's going to be a humdinger tomorrow. We're going to get something tomorrow that's a little strange. High winds, rain that comes down in buckets. And so, I'm, like I said, I always like to know the facts, and I don't have the facts, but I'm beginning to think that there's something to it. When I hear people talk about the government controlling the weather, and we know that that's a fact. We know that that they have the capacity to seed clouds, make it rain or make it snow, or we know that's a fact. That's no secret. But are they using it really to change the climate? Are they using this as a tool? Are they weaponizing the climate? We're paying $2 a liter of gas. A quart of milk is $6. You go into the grocery store and you walk out with a small bag of groceries. Well, I shouldn't say bag, but a small little package of groceries for $100. You might have a couple loaves of bread, some milk, maybe some hamburger meat, or something cheap for $100. I sure as hell don't feed a family, I'll tell you that. Now here at the Oasis, we don't owe the bank anything for this place here. I own this outright. I own everything I have. So I'm one of the fortunate ones. I don't have monthly payments, and we've got good pensions coming in and all that stuff. But even though, that we're financially secure, it's still, when I do the grocery shopping and I look at the bill and it's close to $300, I wonder how people manage this that aren't in my position in life, that don't own their homes or don't own their vehicles right out, that are making payments to the bank. I don't know how they're doing it. I know things got to change. And there's a lot of stuff's got to change in our world, in our society. We complain bitterly about the government, but we rely on the government for everything. I think we got to start being self-reliant, start depending on ourselves, start using skills that we didn't know we had to survive, because I believe that we're in a time where we're living to survive. We're not living anymore to just be financially prosperous, or we're living to survive. And even though, like I said, we're one of the fortunate ones that don't have bank payments and credit card payments, it's still it's scary. It's scary, and to hear these people talk about climate change and global warming, and look around. There's no global warming here. There never has been. They changed that song to climate change. But climate change, that could be anything. Climate change, that could be rain today, snow tomorrow. That's climate change. But is it controlled, or is it just natural? Regardless, we're living through it. I don't feel harmed by it. So anyhow, something to think about. I had a little bit of time to waste today, and I thought I'd make a video and say some of the stuff that I've been thinking about, but I haven't been talking about. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. And remember, y'all come back now, you hear? Bye-bye.